Okay, so this video is about what sober living means to me. And that's what I'm sharing with you. Sober living to me is not drinking alcohol. So, and not you, I mean, I don't use alcohol and I don't use other drugs. But I'm also a drug addict, which I'm not like a drug addict in the sense of a drug addict, but in the sense that I'm never out of pain. So someone like me could constantly be on the search for drugs. So we have to be in an environment where it's not close to us. It's not right around the corner. So sober living means that I take my medicine the right way, right? Even if my doctor says that I have 4 pills a day, I have to utilize those 4 pills that day and only that day. That means that I don't get my prescriptions if I still have the pills that are left over. I mean, sometimes I don't even go get them. Just to see if I can get away with it. And then I suffer for it sometimes I don't, I get lucky. Sober living to me means being able to put my head on the bed, on the pillow at night and go to sleep. Because I've been a kind and honest person. And it's easy for me to be honest and kind because I don't have a memory. I mean, let's just be honest. Like, my memory is crazy selective. And I can't help that. It's not gonna come back. I wasn't a part of my family's life in certain ways. And so I can't even have a conversation about simple things. So for me, sober living is being able to live with that every day and still get through the day, knowing that I still have people around that love and support me. But they're people that, adopted me in a sort of way. Sober living to me means giving it up to God. To the God that I grew up in the Church of Christ. I mean, I did. I married a Jewish guy. You know why I married a Jewish guy? Honestly, because I love the tradition. I love the family. It's like they actually love their family, or in my eyes, because they're so connected to their culture. And when I called my my Nanny Morgan, I asked her, because I went to boarding school at All Saints Episcopal in Big Spring, Mississippi, and we had this dance teacher, a eclectic dance, and I can't remember what her name is. She's this tiny old lady, and she said, "What are you?" And I said, "I'm white," and she said, "No, what are you?" And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. And I've always looked different, and my skin is different. My brother's skin is different. My grandfather's skin is way different. I mean, his face is way different. My dad's face is different. And it's Pacific Islander and Asian, I think. And then also English. Or I don't know. I can't remember. My brother got the testing done. Sober living to me is being able to focus and have a clear mind all the time. So it's not taking caffeine drinks or, the energy drinks. I don't do that. If I need caffeine, or if I want caffeine, or if I want to be bad, I'll have a Coke, or I'll have coffee with creamer, non-dairy creamer. Trying to get off the dairy, or I need pasteurized, which is expensive. Sober living to me means not being addicted to opioids. Opioids. I mean, I wear a fentanyl 25 microgram transdermal patch, and I take an opioid pain breakthrough medication. And that's like, and the muscle relaxer, and that's to keep my nerves from being severed, and a device put in my back. It's keeping me from, the diazepam keeps my muscles from having spasms. Like, there's certain things that I have to take. And I'm so used to taking them that, and I haven't upped my dose. So that's sober living to me, right? Being honest with my doctor about how much my pain is and then not accepting anything in return for it. That's sober living to me, because I'm actually able to communicate. And he knows I don't want to be on pain medicine. Sober living to me is using marijuana on the regular basis whenever I need it. Now, I used to smoke just regular THC. I have, we all have people, support local. But I prefer to use the THCA products. Or, I did start using the THCP, but then my body just automatically got used to it. And it was just it was more, it was a lot stronger than the A. The A doesn't mess with me. It just helps my body. Unless I choose, to get a higher potency because I'm in more pain, which that depends on if you want an indica, hybrid, sativa, whatever you're going for. And sober living to me is not smoking a joint whenever I feel like it. It's when I need it. Sober living to me is eating to live, not living to eat. And I've shown that I've gone down so much in weight because, I haven't been able to work out. Sober living to me is not self-sabotaging. Sober living to me is staying away from people in my past. Sober living to me is staying out of bars. Sober living to me is working 24/7, 365, which I love, and we'll get more into what I do later. But that is to me sober living. And I don't want, I use the tools of my therapist, what I've learned from my psychiatrist, from my guru, from NA, from AA. I use all the tools. And therapy and AA and NA butt heads. And I butt heads with NA and AA too. So, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, as long as you're being sober. And that doesn't mean being under 0.8. That means body sober. Put good things in your body. Eat fruit. Eat healthy. Don't eat. Stay on the outer walls. Don't, eat the crap in the middle. That's what my doctor says. Stay on the outer wall where the meat, the fruit, the produce. That's sober living to me. Not, not using mushroom drinks or anything like that. That's sober living to me. Sober living is trying to find out what kind of eggs I like and not getting weirded out by over easy or over medium or whatever. Because I tried it once. It was with Ian Butler. He was a tattoo artist, and I hung out with him for 3 months one summer. And we went to this biker rally. It was so much fun. Johnson City, oh, I miss you. Sober living is being able to go down to the river whenever I want to because I can afford to, because I'm making money. Sober living is independence. Sober living isn't letting anyone abuse me. Sober living is making a choice and saying, no, these are my boundaries. Goodbye. Sober living for me is not begging y'all to subscribe, and and comment. You know, this is just for you to watch, and if you want to use it, use it. It's not for you or for me to like and subscribe and need. Do I want a sponsor so I can go around to different communities? Yes. Do I need donations? Yes. And let me tell you, for a woman going out there asking for donations, men want something in return. So I'm going to be traumatized half the time when I'm going out there and having conversations, because I've done it before. I tried to do like a school for the, like, you know, for seeing eye and service dogs. That's, you know, that's what sober living is to me. And I don't give a crap what everyone else says. You know, you have to be AA or NA, or you have to follow the big book, and you have to do this. No, you don't. No, you don't. You have to make a choice not to do this shit again. You know, and then you can't do it again, and you don't do it again. Now, I can't make you not do it. There's nothing I can do. I mean, there's nothing I can do to stop me from going out and drinking. Unless I use my brain. Unless I use my heart. Unless I get out there with my community. That's sober living. Doing service work. And am I being a hypocrite by saying that I do, you know, sober living, you know, and I go out and I teach people that community is what's going to keep you sober? Because it's none of your effing business that I consider myself a drug addict. Because pharmacists made me that way. Psychiatrist. And doctors made me that way. They made me a science experiment. I wasn't okay when they had me on all this medicine, and they all had waivers to communicate with each other. None of them did. They don't prescribe you enough to stay out of pain. They don't, and they won't. That, to me, getting around that without using alternatives is sober living to me. So, without alcohol, I do not drink alcohol. I refuse to drink alcohol. Alcohol, my cousin said it last night, by the way. I'm back with my cousin. You know, my other cousins, I added them on Facebook, but am I ready? No, I'm not ready for this. But I need sober living, and I need my cousin. One of them, he's my best friend. He's my cousin. He's my family. He's been looking for me. And if I weren't living a sober life, I would never have been able to add him back. Now, there's going to be a lot of people out there that says sober, well, 420 isn't sober. Well, you know, take your opinions and shove them. It's not my business what you think of me. Sweetheart, darling, sugar plum, whatever. You know, it's not my business. And I don't care. Trust me, I have been abused to the point where you can say whatever you want. It will bounce back and hit the wall or hit you, whatever the effing saying is. Because I'm used to it. So come at it. It won't matter. And I'm over sitting in the closet. So I'm not going to read your comments and all these DMs and, you know, from these men. It's, you know, you're not talking to me. You're talking to another man who's telling you to behave yourself. I mean, all of you people and taking these young country artists and using them to get to me because you see that we're friends on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube or whatever it is. That's messed up. That man is a good man. He's a humble man. He is a fun man. He's creative. He wants you to succeed. He I can't say enough good things. And for y'all to just like take his reputation and mar it all over the place by having fake fan pages and stuff. Like, you know why I don't ask for likes, subscribes, and all that other BS? Because if you want to see me, you'll put it in the search bar and you'll find me. I don't want to just pop up in your face. I hate it when people do that to me. And it's all because they know everything. Sober living is me getting through Facebook and Instagram and paying attention to the analytics. Because believe it or not, I don't know what is trending. I have not been on TV. I've been on Peacock. It's the only thing that keeps me sane. I mean, like, the documentaries, like, I love. Anyways, that to me is sober living. Being able to come home to my own place is sober living. Unfortunately, I can't sleep in the bedroom, but I have a sunroom. I have an entire living room with a bookshelf. I have my bed in the middle of this huge room, and I've got like a kitchen that's like open kitchen, like everything's new appliances. Like, it's awesome. I don't have any furniture in it. Like, everything that I collected is with my ex. Packed up my room, like my personal things, and walked out the door. And that sucked. But I didn't want to walk into an apartment with all of that stuff. They can have it. He's happily, with another woman with children. And she lost everything in the tornado. So, it's like, what am I going to do? She's got children. Like, I don't. Like, I can eat crap. She needs he needs it. He needs the stuff. I don't care. I can get by with nothing. Trust me. I grew up camping. I grew up outside. I grew up hunting in the country. I don't care. I don't like much of anything. So when I went to camp and boarding school, I don't care if I eat or not. I really don't. I'd much rather eat than you spend the money and then like tear me down for it. See, that's sober living. All of that to me is sober living. That's what I'm doing right now. This is considered to me sober living. It's all the things that I've not had to endure anymore, that I'm not enduring anymore, not having to endure and not choosing to endure. And have I struggled financially? Yeah. But I also ended up making it. We did. And him is none of your business. He is working whatever program he is working. I don't know. I don't want people to get like the wrong idea that I'm like this AA person, because I'm not. I'm not. I am all for athletes, veterans, people with, cancer. THC shrinks cancer when you use Fika or something like that. It's like the full spectrum, like you use the whole plant. And children are taking thousands of milligrams a day. It shrinks tumors. Danny Cade just told me that like the CBD, the lime like go right to it and it kills it. The bacteria that is in my body. Show me fruits that kill it. So that is all sober living to me. I've done a lot of things that have happened to me, and I've always turned it into community service. And telling people about it. And warning people about it. And that's why it's important, I guess, for me to tell you that this is what my sober life looks like. It's coming home in peace. It's being able to sleep. It's being with someone who's actually giving me a fairy tale. Like, I know what a fairy tale is. I know what a king is. Regardless of, I know that that's not what white people, we don't call our men kings. And we don't call our women queens. Wonder effing why. I choose not that. I don't choose that anymore. I want to be with a king who treats me like a queen. And that is my sober living. So, I mean, it's not wrapped up in a nutshell and a pretty little bow that says that I don't drink and I abide by these rules and these laws in this community, because I don't. I don't believe in any organized anything. I still like to go to church, crazy enough as it is. But you know what? It's not your business, like, what I choose and what I don't do. Because I'm sharing it doesn't mean that you have to have an opinion about it. Because it's just my journey. And I'm not asking you to like it or to subscribe it or to subscribe to me or, to like it. I'm not asking for any of that. I don't want, just turn it off. Like, I don't care. You think it bothers me? I don't care. I don't care. I've lived with people not giving a shit about me all my effing life. So you don't matter to me either. And I know that's a really bad thing to say, but that is sober living to me. Is not being attached to what exterior people think. So regardless of whether or not you like me or you don't like me and you listen to the whole thing or you don't, or you get the right impression or you do, don't, whatever, I don't care. Because I have to find a way to get through the day without drinking and without feeling bad and sorry for myself. And not take drugs. Because I have a chronic... I have chronic, invisible diseases. So sober living is even just eating fruit and not eating whole, flour. It's eating whole wheat. That's sober living to me. Like paleo diet type stuff. All of that is sober living. So if you ever need to revert back to what you think that I am saying about what sober living days, sober living is, now you know. And, I choose 420 over Big Pharma. And if you don't like that, you can shove it.